It's banned like I'm Barry Bonds. Running through the money, but the money's long. I don't love it, but I need it, keep it coming on. Only friendly, me and friends, we don't get along. I put that on my name, that I put them on. I put myself on stage and say sing along. I might book a session, do 100 songs. I'ma let you hear them just to prove you wrong. On track, now we gon' way up. W's as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up. Counting blessings, yeah, you know we pray up. Pray up. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going.
That's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? What is happening? We've come to that moment. I've been on a mad one today, rushing to try and get back to do this stream, but we've managed to make it 5 minutes before the FOMC announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, please be cautious during these times. This is where we will see a lot of volatility in the charts, and you are about to witness some chaos happening. So please, ladies and gentlemen, proceed with caution. I've seen some of you guys talking about, getting your money into an exchange, changing it up, getting ready to place trades. Just wait. Don't do anything until the news comes out, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a mad, mad moment. But one thing that they could also do, which I've seen them do it before, is they can pause. And if they pause, then you know that there's going to be a big move that's going to come. So, just so we can put things into perspective, ladies and gentlemen, what are we going to expect very shortly? How many of you are in here? Mad love to you guys. Mad love. Thank you so much. Okay, here we go. So, we've got the economic projections coming up, the statement, the federal funds rate, and then, of course, the press conference, all in a beautiful half an hour. So that should be enough time for us to sit back and witness the chaos that we see every single day. So let's roll with it, ladies and gentlemen. FOMC in 4 minutes' time. Let's break down and understand what's going on. To the right of you, you can see the S&P 500, and it looks like they've had a nice little move to the upside. The star of the show has to be dollar yen, because dollar yen just keeps on going up, and it's not stopping, ladies and gentlemen. $120 is what they're talking about. But boy, after this mad move to the upside, it's going to be a very interesting thing if they do pull back sharply, given that there may be any surprise announcements in the FOMC. More importantly, some statistics are saying that there is a high chance that it's going to be increased by 25 base points. Very unlikely that they're going to do it by 50 base points, but you just don't know what can happen, guys. So now is a very interesting time, and it's probably the best time for you to sit on the sidelines, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very good, Gamer Boy. How you doing? How are we today? What is good? I really wish the world wouldn't let the Federal Reserve complete their... well, I guess this is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the thing, right? You've got to understand... In trading, these are the moments that are going to determine the next quarter. How is price going to behave over the next quarter? That's what it's going to be. And I'm talking about all the asset classes across the board. So looking at the book map as well, we just need to understand there's a bag of liquidity at 42k, 236 Bitcoin. We got 2 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. 2 minutes. 2 minutes to all of this chaos about to unfold. Mad love and respect. Let's get ready, ladies and gentlemen. What have we got and what is about to happen? Here we go. I'm going to kill the music and I'm going to talk you through what's going on. Keep an eye out on this area here. Of course, these are orders that are coming into the chart, into the book map itself. So people are placing limit sales above and limit buys below. 244 Bitcoin just below 38,300. Now, what we've got to understand is this. Bitcoin has seen treacherous price action, up and down, just getting traders to commit. What's important is this. In the Kingfisher, it shows that we've got a lot of long liquidations in this area here, and there's hardly anything up here of any interest, that is. So if whatever happens today, is there a good chance that they're going to come and eat these liquidation points? Let's see what they do, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what happens. Keep an eye out on this. You'll probably see a big delta push very shortly once the FOMC starts. Here we go. 1 more minute, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get ready, guys. Let's get ready. Tim P, what's going on? All right, then. No worries. I had to do this with you guys just to make sure that you guys are in check. And here we go. Let's roll with it. So, 10 seconds. 10 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. I've got my coffee. I'm at the ready. Here we go. FOMC projections. Let's roll with it. Here we go. Here's the business. And it begins. Look at the orders down below. Look at the orders down below. Be careful, ladies and gentlemen. Be very careful. Very interesting price action. 244 Bitcoin down there. Hasn't budged just yet. Nothing above at 42k. They're holding. The bid and the ask are trading very, very tight. Here we go. This is what I mean about price action, man. During these moments in the charts, ladies and gentlemen, they are crazy zones to be getting involved in. We want to wait until it all settles out. Okay? Let's wait for it. Here we go. They're just about to release it. Oh, my days. How many of you are feeling the suspense? Doesn't start in 30 minutes, man. Hike confirmed. Okay, so the hike's confirmed. Is that what they're saying? There's a gap down in the bids. In the bid and the ask. Bit of a gap down. Here we go. Here we go. Delta coming in. Bitcoin moving fast. Are they going to crawl towards 42? The purpose of this stream today, ladies and gentlemen, is to just get you aware of how and what to expect when you see these sort of situations arise. All right. So when the FOMC is starting to talk, that's when you want to be cautious and just be mindful. Do not be getting involved in these wild ranges of trades. I mean, if you are proficient in whatever it is that you do, ladies and gentlemen, please just be careful. Wait for them to finish. It's 30 minutes. This whole ordeal is going to last 30 minutes. They can move up, they can move down, okay? Then they can get to the conference itself. They can say something that could affect it. 30 minutes, that's all it is, ladies and gentlemen. News announcements, where is it? Here it is, right there. Is it going to be done? Is it going to be there? You go. It's all confirmed. Sweet. All right then. So, with that being said, that was a little bit of a muted reaction, in my opinion. But it's what it does right now, guys. This whipping and whacking of price. Let's see if they do. Look, they respected the range daily low right there. Despicable. They respected that. Dollar yen hasn't done much. Let me just pull up gold. Is gold going to react? Gold's response is pretty muted, in my opinion. S&P 500. Gap up. Could look to fill that gap. All depends on what they decide to talk about right now. Let's have a look at the book map. Still holding the 40k range, ladies and gentlemen. Why is on the suspense tonight? Rumble in Essex jungle. Whoa. You know what? This is what I don't like. So that means the moves are going to happen very shortly. So they kind of anticipated a 25-point rate hike. Okay, cool. When are they going to start moving? Do not even tell me that this is the reaction to this whole ordeal. Have I hyped this up for no reason? Because look at the bid and the ask on Bitcoin right here. Can you see how they're very, very tight? They are dealing with bags of orders coming into this range. S&P hasn't really done anything. All right. Dollar yen, not really doing much. It's pulling back from its highs as standard. Given that it's done so much in the last couple of days, anyone playing the dollar yen game is laughing. Absolutely laughing. Nearly 600 pips to the upside. That is wild. And no pullback whatsoever. Bitcoin is still doing its thing in and around the 40k range. Where could we end up seeing Bitcoin going very shortly? I mean, let's just look at the higher time frames for a second. That's not a range to even be dealing with. Okay? Whatever happens after today, ladies and gentlemen, then we will see the direction in Bitcoin. That's what I believe is going to happen. We will see the direction in Bitcoin very shortly. Here we go. 227 Bitcoin at 42k, but they've kind of cancelled some of those orders. All right. 111 Bitcoin at 39. 244 just below 38,300. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, I know. Massive volume. It's a big red delta. Could mean anything. The reason why dollar yen is so important is because trade between the yen, there's always going to be that beef between the dollar and the yen. Okay? And there's some form of, you can, not so much arbitrage now, but for the US, it's beneficial that the dollar rises and then, of course, the yen drops. When the yen starts to increase, that's a bit of a problem for the dollar because then that means they get less dollars for the yen. In other words, when it comes to trade, it can be a bit of an issue. Here we go. So dollar yen still going up to the range weekly high. Nothing is being said. Let's just quickly roll on to the news. Summary of the projections, not really saying anything. Not much. What's the summary saying? Fed cut, okay, cool. Fed median forecast in conjunction with the Federal. I'm not going to read all of that. Fed officials see Fed runs rate median of 1.9% end of 2022. Nothing. Nothing much. Not much. Here we go. Yen's moving. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Yen's moving. Bitcoin seems to be pulling back. Moving up. Yen's moving strong. Strong. I think we're getting our move. Are they going to start hitting these orders down here, ladies and gentlemen? I've been seeing the disparity today, guys. Usually when dollar's rising like this, Bitcoin's pulling back, and we've been waiting for this disparity for quite some time. All right? I've been waiting for it. Because the principle is we trade Bitcoin against the US dollar. All right. We buy Bitcoin in dollars. Naturally, when the dollar rises, you expect Bitcoin to pull back. Okay. Now, we haven't really seen that much of a disparity between dollar yen and Bitcoin. But when the dollar rises, usually Bitcoin should be dropping. But we've seen Bitcoin rise whilst the yen's rise, dollar yen's rising. We've seen it drop while the yen's rising as well. It's been chaotic. So once this economic projections and the conference is over, 30 minutes, so in 20 minutes time, we will know where we stand across the board. That's when price action will regulate itself. And then Asia tonight will react to today. All right? That's what it is. Yes, this is true. It's nothing that we weren't expecting, but the conference itself is going to say something. They're probably going to just drip something out, which could have an impact on the marketplace. That's what's important. Okay. So are you guys actually filling in the TR ratio? What have we got here? How many of you have put this in the stream? Let's have a look at the ratio. So who's in a trade? 30% of you are in a trade. Yes, there's mad love. 30% of you show mad love to the stream. Cup of tea, anyone? 20% of you want a cup of tea? Listen, guys, the basis of this stream started on a cup of tea. This stream started a year ago when I wanted to, check out a laptop that I brought. I wanted to see what it was like to stream on, right? And then I put the kettle on, and then I started to stream on YouTube and breaking down price, and here we are, pattern watchers, mad love and respect. Okay, and you are here for the boomer moments. So 19% of you are here for the boomer moments. Well, let's just look at the ratio. How many of you are in the stream? 2,092 of you in the stream. Mad love and respect. If you are new to the channel, be sure to like and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. There you go, little boomer moment. So what we do is I stream on Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursdays, okay? I do the London Open as a video in the morning to welcome the guys who trade the London session. And then, of course, the New York session is when I go live, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. So if you subscribe, you'll be able to catch up on each of those sessions. And then, of course, during the evening time, the same days, I'll be going live again at 9 o'clock because of daylight saving as opposed to 10 p.m. at night. Okay, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Bitcoin looking like it wants to hold in this zone. They just narrowly missed the 39,500 zone with 88 Bitcoin. All right, so they haven't taken that liquidity yet, and they haven't cancelled it either. And they've taken off, look above here, they've taken off the 42k range. They've taken off 44 Bitcoin. All right, that's important because if they're taking off the liquidity higher, then that means they're moving it closer towards price. Now, the imbalance of the book itself is showing that their limit buys are being... Oops, wait a second. All right, look at the disparity here. Look, check this out. The book imbalance itself keeps fluctuating between limit buys and limit sells. Usually, the longer it spends in the red, in the minus, as you can see up here, it implies that the limit sells, the price is favored to the imbalance of limit sells. So price is moving up, okay? When it's moving down, the limit buys are stepping in. So that's where the imbalance is in the order book. Now, this is the order book for Bitcoin in Binance. I normally have the multi-book, but for some reason, me changing up my laptop has wiped something and I don't have my usual multi-book. So I'm going to get that sorted out later on. Down below, this is what's concerning me. Down below, there is mad liquidity at 37 and 36, okay? 332 Bitcoin at 37k, 454 Bitcoin at 36. Does it mean it's going to go down to it? It means that people are advertising positions. These are resting orders that haven't been hit yet. They have not been hit in the book. They are waiting to be filled. If you notice, they've been cancelling them as well, okay? These orders so far are still active. They haven't been filled just yet. We've got an even distribution between orders to the upside, to the downside. So looking at price action overall, we've got 405 Bitcoin at 45k. So we're pretty much stuck in this range, ladies and gentlemen. The money is in the charts. The idea is, when is it going to break it and hit those zones? Okay, that's what we're waiting for. Bitcoin coming back down a bit. Dollar yen is just not stopping, ladies and gentlemen. It's going all the way up to 100 and oh, here we go. $119 yen. They're saying something. They're saying something. Bitcoin's done a great job to hold during this price action, ladies and gentlemen. What's gold doing? 1,914 an ounce. Hasn't done much. Right, okay, I know what's going on here. They're going to move Bitcoin very shortly. Green vector candle in dollar yen, moving up. Gold hasn't moved. The S&P 500 dropping back down. That could read... Oh, man. I think we are going to see the volatility, ladies and gentlemen. It's coming into the chart. Let's have a look. Dollar yen still going up. Are they going to fill these orders? Because Bitcoin's reaction is pretty muted, guys. Very muted. Oh, my days. What a wild session. Still got, what, 20 more minutes nearly? No, just shy of 17, 18 minutes before they finish up this conference. And then, ladies and gentlemen, then we will know where we stand. Okay? Once they've absorbed price action, they could be setting up Bitcoin, quite frankly, for a move later on. All right? Its response is very muted, given that they've spent all day today following dollar yen. So when yen was dropping, Bitcoin rose. Okay? And that's what was really confusing me. It was really confusing me to say, like, hold on a second. Why are you jumping in between the disparity? Why is it when dollar yen rises, Bitcoin drops, then dollar yen rises, Bitcoin rises? It was wild. You know, I was watching it today on my phone. I was like trying to make sense of it. It's just unbelievable. Yes. Yes, the multi-book. For some reason, I haven't put the multi-book on. Yeah, this is it. Let's have a look here. I'm hoping you guys are picking something up, man. I hope you guys are learning something. 2,335 of you showing love, mad love and respect to all you beautiful people. Here we go. Let's see if Bitcoin's going to move. Because dollar yen is it's bringing the fire. S&P 500 is dropping. Bitcoin is dropping. It's following the S&P. But the dollar yen is flying up. Come on, Bitcoin, show me what you're going to do. Let's have a look at my pricing right here. Okay, what we got here. Crude oil's pulling back. That's good news. S&P is just taking that beating. The Treasury yields. Let's have a look at the yields for a second. Okay, they're flying up, man. Look at that. People are favoring risk on. They're putting their money into risky assets. Happy days. So why on earth is no one putting their money into Bitcoin? Why isn't anybody taking advantage of Bitcoin, man? Look at this. The bid and the ask has shrunk. Look at that. They have shrunk. We are picking up. This is the delta. These bubbles here are the delta. Okay? So the way I translate delta is this. When everything is dropping, that tells me the market maker is preparing longs. How long is he going to be preparing them for? Could he be preparing longs from this point going all the way down to yesterday's low? How long is he going to spend building longs to the point where he's going to realize a return back up and shift out of the range? The liquidity is coming into the charts, guys. Concerning thing is this. Earlier, there was interest at this point and they brought price to that zone and they didn't follow through with it. So they're going to test the next points of interest in the chart, which may be down here. Here we go. Bitcoin making the move. Yen is flying, man. $119. My days. I can't believe it. Can't believe she's flying up so strong. Here we go. Green delta coming in. Could this be the shift? Haven't taken this liquidity right here. Bitcoin holding. It's rejected the psychological high and the daily open. That's a good sign. But if we notice what's going on in this area here, it seems to be that there's a lot of longs that are trapped in this zone. If you look at the Kingfisher, you can see where the liquidity is at. So let's just refresh that. Let's refresh what's going on there. Oh, come on. Come on. All right. What we got here? Whilst that's loading up, 1,400 of you have voted, yet only 700 of you have liked the stream. Let's show some mad love, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to do this with you all. Here we go. Dollar yen. Come on. Hit that 119 mark. Follow through. Follow through with that move, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be very interesting. Now, look, volume is starting to come in at the lows of the book map. Okay, so we should see a little bit of a recovery. I want to see the commitment coming in. Are they going to test this range again? Because all of a sudden now, that liquidity at 41,200 is kind of depleted. It's starting to drop. Let me just expand this out again. So dollar yen, has it taken it just yet? Not just yet. Bitcoin's doing a fantastic job of holding, man. Fair play to Bitcoin. Let's all give Bitcoin a round of applause for holding in this range for the time being. because we don't know why their move is so muted. It's such a muted move, man. It's only come back into the previous zone from the UK session, and it's been a terrible range to be trading, guys. Absolutely terrible range. I want direction from Bitcoin. If you're going to go lower, man. If it's going to go higher, go higher. But the muted reaction in Bitcoin pretty much sums up the idea of what could happen later on. All right, here we go. Reversal incoming. Japan hit by another earthquake an hour ago. Oh wow, that's sad. This is better than sports. Is New York with me today? Have we got New York in the stream? Where are we at? Has anybody got it going right now with New York? Is anybody in New York? Fed live in 10 minutes. There it is. The Fed's going to be live in 10 minutes. Okay, so the conversation's going to be had then. The conference is going to be rolling out, ladies and gentlemen. And this is where it's going to make sense. Ah, man. A lot of people are waiting for Bitcoin to fly. I've noticed only 32% have put in the votes that you're in a trade. Okay? Now, fair play to you if you're not in a trade. Okay? But if you are in a trade, please proceed with caution, man. It's going to be a very interesting time when they start talking. Very interesting time. Here we go. Come on. This is probably one of the most suspenseful times. It's like I'm in a trade without being in a trade. Do you understand? And this is what I like about not being in a trade during these moments, because I'm feeling exactly the same way as I would be if I was in a trade, yet I'm not risking any money. At the same time, when everything calms down and they've finalized everything and they've pushed out the information, that's when we start looking for positions, ladies and gentlemen. That's when you start looking at the charts, because there's nothing that can be said that's going to have an impact. The only thing that you need to be aware of is when Asia opens tonight. Like we saw the volatility last night in the Sydney session, we're probably going to see it again tonight. So just be cautious. It all depends on what they say in this conference. All right, which also makes it so much more interesting to just prepare yourself, let them manipulate the range, let the retail trader think that he's better than Mr. Market Maker, let them see blood. I'm getting a phone call from Steve, ladies and gentlemen. Steve has just called me. Bear with me a second. I may need to answer the phone to Steve. Steve, by the way, is a market maker that I am got close ties with, and he kind of hits me up with a bit of information every now and then. Yeah, hold on, Steve. He tries to hook me up with a bit of information, but he always ends up telling me to go the opposite direction. I don't know why he plays around, but sometimes he serves. But it's usually when Steve calls, something's going to happen in the charts. So, hold on a second. Steve, hello? What's going on, bro? I'm waiting for you to do it. I know. I've got 2,585 people in the stream. Don't interrupt me. Give me the information I need, and then we can have a conversation later on. Yeah? Okay. No, I don't want that, man. Just, no. I'm not interested. You know what? Forget it. Steve, just send me that message, please. Thank you. Anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, so this is Steve, guys. So if you are new to the channel, okay, and you've been around, or sorry, you haven't been introduced to Steve, he's a good friend of mine, good old Mr. Market Maker, and he likes to call me when I'm on a live stream. Sometimes he says certain things that do help me out. Sometimes he doesn't, as I just said momentarily. Some people have got beef with Steve, okay? I don't. Well, I'm always in beef with Steve. But Steve can serve his purpose. Now, Steve is notorious for buying and selling Bitcoin, all right? And he does it in big numbers, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking big numbers. We're talking 89 cents worth of Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin just drops. So you got to be careful with Steve, all right? He's a good friend of mine, and he lets me know where price is at. So just be cautious. How many of you are pattern watchers in here, ladies and gentlemen? It's a pleasure to be with you guys today. Dollar yen on its way up again. If you are new to the channel, guys, forgive me for the chaos of the way I speak, but this is the fire that we try to bring every single day in the streams. Be sure to subscribe so you can be involved in this sort of thing every day, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I stream twice a day, ladies and gentlemen. There is never a moment in the charts that I don't miss, okay? So, with that being said, Steve has given us the call, all right? Everything seems to be stalling. They're waiting for the conference. That means they're going to say something. Things could be positive. The big green vector candle on dollar yen right now in the charts is causing a little bit of a concern for me, because at the start of a new candle, which is going to be in 23 minutes time, they could actually spike down lower, which in principle would see Bitcoin move back up to recover this previous red vector candle. Okay, just break down the chart on the 15-minute time frame. We can see that Bitcoin has actually pulled all the way down to the 39 range. Okay, and it's recovered the previous vector points. Happy days. However, it's not gone anywhere. That's the truth. Nothing has happened in the charts. We haven't seen it break from any range. The delta's coming in at this point, keeping the liquidity at 41,200, and 39k has got 120 Bitcoin in that range. Remember, guys, look, the liquidation points are closer to the downside than they are to the upside. All right, these are the liquidation points for the longs. All right, there is a bag of money in that area. What needs to happen for them to move price lower? That is the question, ladies and gentlemen. Can you have Steve's number? Yeah, you can have Steve's number, man. It wouldn't be a problem. Steve's number is 39775. Well, actually, it changes every second. It's Bitcoin's price. Oh, what a story. What a story. I can't believe it. Has the conference started yet? A few more minutes yet. A few more minutes for the conference to start. They're going to say something in this conference, man. Something's got to be said. Even when Biden spoke, anyone catch Biden's speech earlier on? And the market was muted. You know? So listen, if anyone wants access to these indicators, they are free of charge. Okay? If you like Bookmap, Google it. Bookmap.com. It is a premium service, but if you want the Traders Reality indicators, make your way over to tradersreality.com. It's pinned to the top of the chat, and you're able to just download these indicators, use them, but be sure to hit up the Discord, because that's where you're going to learn how to utilize this with the community. I don't know any other community that helps itself so much. You know, there's mad love going off in the Discord, and I try my best to get in there. I try and talk a lot in there, but I'm spending more time doing the streams at the chart. So that's how I communicate with you guys. Okay, so get yourself over there, ladies and gentlemen, tradersreality.com, and you can see the wildness of what's happening in the charts. Here we go. Dollar yen's gone to 119. Bitcoin has not moved just yet. Nothing has happened to Bitcoin. Why are you not moving, man? I'm concerned about this. Two things can happen. The finish of this candle is going to come back down. That's when Bitcoin moves up. Could that be a potential play? If not, we need to understand where Bitcoin is on the higher time frames, okay? Because there's a recovery of this wick that could come into play. Look what they did. They completely recovered the red vector candle, all right? That's a concern for me, because if they recover the red vector candle and pull it back, tells me that they're preparing shorts. Just look at the zone. Is this going to drop? There is a potential play in this area right here. That could be a wick that they come back down to. The compression of price in this area is so small, ladies and gentlemen. It's quite frightening how the response has been muted. Why isn't Bitcoin moving? This is something. Here we go. We got start of a new candle. Here we are. Is Bitcoin going to do it? Not yet. No. Forgive me. 15-minute time frame. Trying to test above the psychological high. They've made 2 attempts above the psychological high over this week. They've made 1, 2, and 3 hits above it. No follow through. So principle would say that they are likely to move it down lower. That's what the principle says, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Let's get the party started, ladies and gentlemen. Be cautious with your trades. Don't get too busy with it just yet, guys. My God. It's not moving because the CVD is bearish. Big limit order above VWAP. We gonna tank. Do you know what? I don't want to... I can understand why you would look at indicators which would verify why it's not moving. Okay? But at the same time, we have to understand what is actually happening in the charts. You know, we've got to be careful of the idea that if Bitcoin does decide to drop to the downside, okay, when is it going to release? This is what we're waiting for. If you look at the bookmap itself, you can see bright as day that the orders are stacked to the downside. Will they follow through with it? That's the question. And are they just going to surprise us with something? This is what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for a surprise movement. Come on, Bitcoin. What have you got for me? Are you enjoying the stream, ladies and gentlemen? Are you enjoying the stream? Mad love and respect to all you people, man. Mad love. You're here for the next boomer moment. It's a pleasure. Come on, give me your votes, ladies and gentlemen. Give me your votes. Pin to the top of the chat. Give me your votes. I want to know where you guys are at. Range daily low is taking the high and the low from the previous session, the ranges. Okay? So based on the last session, they take the highest point that price can travel and the lowest point that price can travel. They've now tapped the range daily low and pulled away from it. They've hit the psychological high and pulled away from it. They narrowly missed the daily open and pulled away from it. I hope that answers your question, bro. Okay, then come on, Bitcoin. Show me the flavor. Where we at? Let's go. 7-minute chart, not really doing much. Riding that range daily low, man. It's hit both the range daily high and the range daily low. The way you trade these, it's based on the ADR. Okay? The ADR says that Bitcoin from the daily open is going to travel 22,425.4 pips. That's the smallest change in price. Okay? So the absolute high would be this area here. Okay? Now, in trading view, the readings are a little bit different because we base them off the MT4 platform. But the principle says that if you can achieve more than 50% of the ADR in a session, be mindful of that range because that's where you're going to determine if it's going to continue higher up to hit the highest range or it's going to pull back and go back into the start of the ADR and potentially lower. Okay? So that should answer that question right there. Again, it is so boring across the charts. I cannot believe that Bitcoin hasn't done anything. Yen's just doing its thing. It's hit the 119 mark. And we are not seeing no action across the board. Why is it so muted? Let's have a look at this. What are they saying over here? No conversation, nothing, no interest. I'm not really seeing anything being discussed. Nah. No information. Calendar. Where we at? Press conference, 6:30. Let's see what they say in the press conference, guys. Let's see what they say in the press conference. Should be interesting. Bitcoin holding this area here. Some of the orders have been cancelled in this area here. So ideally, they're probably going to come down to test this area here to try and get these guys to get in again. There's 121 Bitcoin right here. Look, man, this is frightening. Look at this. Look at the orders of Bitcoin right now in the visible range. These are yet to be filled in the charts. We've got 245 Bitcoin at 38,400. 216 Bitcoin at 38. 37,600, there's 174 Bitcoin. 37,000, there's 346 Bitcoin. And the big daddy at 36K, which has got 495 Bitcoin in the range. What is the story? Why are they taking so long to come down to liquidity? What's the story, man? There is clearly liquidation points in this area here, which they manipulated the range earlier on to commit the retail trader who goes in at 100x. All right. So in other words, are they stalling before they start taking out the 25x traders who have got the margin down here? Okay. Coming to realize yesterday's low, that would be a nice promise if anyone is riding the shorts. And last week's low could be a good idea as well if they do break down from this range. They've tried many a times to come to the upside. The liquidity's there, but there's more over here. What's the story with them protecting the liquidity in this area? 39,916. 39,916 is where the interest is going to be at. This is the point in the chart right there, ladies and gentlemen, where we will have our liquidation points for the longs to get the party started. That is where it's at, which sits at the pivot point and rejection of the daily open. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Starting to get some activity. Here we are. Don't know how long it's going to last for, though. Do not know how long it's going to last for. Here we go. Are you with me, ladies and gentlemen? Are you with me, ladies and gentlemen? Check the 10-hour chart. What's the 10-hour chart saying? Let's have a look. Let's have a look here. The 10-hour chart is doing... Oh. Okay, so the 10-hour chart is following the pattern, in the sense where it's recovering the green vector candle. We've got this area here, which has a huge imbalance. All right, so we could actually come back into this range if they do continue lower. All right, but because we're at the range, towards the range daily low, all right, this is where we might see a little bit of a battle happening. They're going to try and come down to here if they're going to send it lower to test the liquidity in this area. But remember, 39,114 is where the liquidation points sit, and they are yet to take. And what's the story with them protecting this area here? Why have they not gone for this liquidation point just yet? This is what we're waiting for. Go down into the charts. I like to break the charts up, guys. Oh, we've got a bit of an evening star pattern right there. That could actually roll out. Nothing's happening down here. 8-hour chart. Look, man, this is where the money's at. Look, this is where the liquidity is currently at, the 37K. We can justify that. Market maker goes short from this area. Retail trader goes long. Okay? So this is a point in the chart that they could bring price back towards. Okay, it's moving. Bitcoin's moving. We've just had a big drop. A very big drop, ladies and gentlemen. Someone's saying something. Let's roll with it, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to come towards the 39,114. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Daily open being tested. What's dollar yen doing? Dollar yen doing's going back up again. It's making its move. Are traders rushing for liquidity? Are they rushing for safety? Here we go. Cap US dominance. Look at that. It's moving up, man. Next point of interest could be up here if traders are still seeking USDT for safety. Let's just move that off. Let's get the bookmap back up. Here we go. Look, they're eating that liquidity. Come on, 39,114 will release the liquidity to the downside. Here we go. This is USDT on the right, ladies and gentlemen. So usually as a yield, it tells us that traders are favoring safety. So they're getting rid of their liquidity in coins and putting it into USDT because they're feeling a little bit concerned. A good little measure to work out Bitcoin against gold is to look at Pax Gold and Bitcoin. Look at that. Coming straight back up. Probably going to try and refill this gap over here. So that'll be very interesting if they can follow through with that. The yield itself, let's roll back into the yield. It looks like it's going to make that move, ladies and gentlemen. Still not hit the 114 mark just yet. Here we go. 39,400. They're going to eat some liquidity. Wow. Okay. Right, look, pay attention to this. Very shortly, they're going to trigger a lot of orders in this area here. Usually you'll see a big red delta bubble. Okay. At that point, we will know where we stand if they're going to release and start hitting the liquidity. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on to your horses, as they say. Told you it was going to drop 50x short, 100k in the trade. I'm in the profit. Happy days, bro. Happy days. Wonderful. Listen, you got to remember, the new guy, he's going to want to take advantage of this sort of price action. But remember, all right, it's about being cautious with these sort of plays. Okay, we want to trade when it's a normal trading atmosphere so that we can work out our risk parameters. Happy days. If, you know, they say risk favors the bold and what have you, I get that. But in trading, you've got to be very careful committing liquidity during these moments in the charts, guys. You've got to be very careful. All right, he who dares wins, as they always say. Yeah, cool. Thank you very much, my lad, man. Thank you very much. Fed just said that more hikes are coming. Okay, so that should imply that yen is moving up. Spoofers, yes, there's a lot of spoofs in the chart, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, this is the order book. The order book on this side of the chart right here is orders that have yet to be filled. Okay, now look what happened only a few moments ago. We had liquidity up here, guys. Where's it gone? They've removed it because price is taking a move to the downside. They are hitting the ranges to the downside. Let's see if they can move price down, because this could be a false move as well. They could be inducing traders to go short. All right, and then they could reverse it. So we just need to keep an eye out on the range. A loaf of bread could spaghetti. Well, we don't know if we're going to go up from here just yet, because we've just broken the range daily low. The daily open has been tested and pulled back. We're at a pivot point. We've rejected the M4 pivot zone. So if we reverse the pivots, it would imply that M4 can lead to M2 pivot projection. Okay. Likewise, when you're at the M2, look at this. This is despicable. The New York session. Okay. So not the New York session. In this session over here, right? They reversed on the M2 pivot and made their way all the way up to the M4 range. All right. Now they've pulled back from the M4 pivot, and now it looks like they're on their way back to the M2 pivot range. If the daily open breaks and the pivot breaks, yesterday's low could be a promise. Okay? But we need to see the commitment coming in. We need to see the price action get fast. They need to be putting their money into USDT, so people need to start behaving like as if they're scared to increase the USDT yield and then move price of Bitcoin to the downside. But we're battling it out right now. We're waiting to see. Are the traders trapped in this area? That's the question. Are the shorts being trapped right now? Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Let's just zoom out on a couple of time frames just to get the perspective of things. Okay, then. So, yeah. Interesting. Very interesting. Range daily low's done a great job. Psychological high's done really well. I'm liking the psychological ranges so far. New 1 hour candle in 23 minutes, guys. Notice how the psychological ranges are very tight. If we actually expand the chart itself, check this out. Market makers like to do things in terms of whole and half numbers. Okay? So, when they're building their shorts, they like to do it above whole numbers and half numbers. Because they want to get the best possible, highest price, so that when they break down price, they're getting the best fill and trapping enough liquidity to the opposite side. Remember, if you are of the belief that when price is rising, it means the buyers are in control, that's unfortunate for you. Because that's not the way the business works. Before you can buy, someone has to sell to you. Okay? So behind every buy that you see in any chart, the liquidity provider gives you a sell. He has to match the contract opposite you, because where are you going to get your profit from? Binance ain't going to pay you out of their pocket. Bybit's not going to pay you out of their pocket. Coinbase, no exchange is going to pay you out of their pocket. The liquidity provider is the one who takes the money from you, but you can also take money from the liquidity provider. Okay, here we go. Let's get some action in. What we got here? Little bit of a retrace on this delta right here. That's pretty interesting. 39,727. Look how they narrowly miss that liquidation point at 39,114. Pretty wild, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? Pretty wild. What have we got here? Let me just have a look at your comments. I haven't actually looked at the comments for a second. Shorts, pay yourselves. Yeah, this is true. Anyone that's in a trade right now, right? You've got to understand something. If you're not paying yourself, okay, and not approaching the charts with the belief that they can, you can take advantage of another trade, then you're approaching trade with a minimalistic point of view. You feel like there's not going to be any trades that are great for you. There's always a trade, guys. Always a trade. Just wait for this madness to settle in the charts, and then yippee-ki-yay, we can roll out and start playing the game of trading. Okay? Throughout all of these news announcements, Bitcoin has done nothing. All right? It's moved up, it's moved down. The orders are still stacked in that area there. Orders have disappeared from the upside. They're favoring limit buys. That's where the orders are. 172 Bitcoin at 37.5, 371 at 37, and 462 Bitcoin at 36k. All right, so that's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Steve is the sky. Oh my God, what's good? What is good? Who's in the room with me today? Who's in the room with me? Where we at? Here we go. Bitcoin's coming up. Let's just have a look at Bitcoin's price action in relation to the book map itself. So here we go. We've got a little bit of movement coming up. All right then. And let's get the book map up as well so we know where we are with this move. Let me just bring that there. All right, so we've got 55 Bitcoin at 40,400. It's now trading below the VWAP. All right, stop, hunt, rise, drop. Look at that liquidity right there. They're going to want to test this zone again. Let's see if the bid and the ask can actually do that, because the delta is massive. This delta will need to come in much more than what this one is to really shift out. But principle would say that if they've been marking up the shorts to the upside, trapping the shorts to the downside, they're going to reverse back up and hit the liquidation points. Look, the recovery of the red vector candle zone right there. So when you see these sort of vector candles, just go back in the chart. To anybody new passing through to the stream, just look. When you download these indicators, you're going to see something quite peculiar with these candlesticks. They always tend to come back to each other. Smaller time frames, you usually see them come back to them quicker. Higher time frames take a little bit longer, okay? These indicators are free, guys. This is a premium service. Just Google bookmap.com and check it out, all right? But these indicators are free of charge. Pin to the top of the chat, you'll have the access to that, okay? At tradersreality.com. Mad love to all of you. Now, so far, it's now 20 to 7. Has the conference happened? What are they saying? Are they going to release any information? Here we go. Probability of recession isn't particularly elevated. Okay. Supply disruptions larger, longer lasting than expected. FOMC expects to reduce the size of the balance sheet. Okay. All right. So he's actively talking. So we keep on refreshing that page and wait for that information to come from. Not really saying anything that is pretty alarming. Again, in my opinion, guys, it's been pretty muted, if I'm honest with you. It's been a pretty muted session for my liking. And to be honest, I was expecting a lot more volatility. That volatility could come into the chart later on. Okay? It could happen. Wow. They've just removed some of that liquidity right there. They're going to try and put it up here. Let's keep an eye on these. These little areas right here, pretty interesting. Very interesting points in the chart. So let's just see. Can they follow through with this? Let's just look at the book map overall and understand the behavior. Here we are. So this is the range right now for the book map. Orders that have been cancelled. These orders have been cancelled. High liquidity has been cancelled in this area, but it sits at 155 Bitcoin. Before they're going to move it down, they're going to move it up. Okay? They've brought price back into the last area where they could have bounced from, and they didn't get the same interest, which would grant a move higher. Okay, so we're at a medium point right now between this range and this range right here. So principle would say if the orders are not coming in at this point right here, it means that they're going to need to be moving price down lower. So in principle, we could say that this is a pattern, a drop, a retrace, continuation to the downside. We need to see the limit, the bid and the ask to start dropping. Okay, so as it stands now, they're lifting the ask. All right, they're lifting the ask, which is why price is rising up. Now, what we want to see, if people are favoring shorts to the downside, you want to see them hitting the bid, which is the green. You want to see them hitting that zone so it marks price down and goes and starts hitting these points right there. 155 Bitcoin, it's just changed again. All right, so they took one Bitcoin off and put it back up again. It keeps changing. These are algorithms working these position plays, ladies and gentlemen. 38,500, they've reduced the Bitcoin to 307, if I'm correct. And if I saw that correctly. Look, Delta at the highest point, not followed through. 40k seems to be a bit of a resistance, but the liquidity is not showing any interest in this area here. Why are traders not stepping in? Does that mean it's going to go down? Limit sells is the imbalance. So are we going to see that movement? Come on, Bitcoin. What have you got for us? Let's just go on to the 1 minute time frame. This is my haven. This is my home. Okay, then. So we've got... I've switched off all my moving averages and my sessions because I just want to clean up my chart. But yesterday's high, they seem to be stalling in this area. Just trying to find traction. They've tested the daily open once, came to it, but didn't touch it. Moved away, came down again, moved away. Now we're going to wait and see if they're actually going to finalize this area. I want them to actually break down so that I can prove that at this point, the daily open is a confirmed point that they're going to bounce away from and then shift out because they'll be protecting the liquidation points in this area here. Here we go. Look, this area here, 38,951. All right. 38,960. All right. Is right. That's where we at right now. So traders are being liquidated as we speak. And a lot of liquidations could be coming into the chart right now. Here we go. Look, people are getting wrecked up right there. Wrecked at 40k. Oh, man. Now it's starting to pull back. Are we just going to see it drift down? I think that's what may actually happen. If there's no commitment in this area, but look, there's nothing happening. There is no commitment in this zone. Okay, then. What's this? Oh, man. Be careful with the comments that people are saying, man. Think of the tape as a piano that plays the tune from a printed wheel you wind up. That is so true. Yes, it is literally like that. Boomer alert. Where's the boomer alert? Have I done anything that could grant a boomer alert? Yesterday's high still holding. Moving up. Is the bid going to come in? I need to look closer. Nothing. They're just going to drift price. Oh, here we go. See, you know when you see that in the charts, guys, it's usually a trap. You know, the market maker spiking the highs, pulling back. Just look at the profile of price action. Yeah? Rises, comes down. Rise up, pulls that back. Shifts out of the zone, pulls back aggressively. They have to move it up to move it down again. Once the FOMC talk is over, we're going to know exactly where we stand. Okay? That's where we will. We will know exactly where we stand with that. Let's have a look at some other altcoins whilst we're waiting. Let's have a look at Ethereum whilst we're here. Okay, so Ethereum makes a nice sharp move to the upside. Problem is we've got this gap right here. Kind of concerned about it. Are they going to come and pierce that zone and recover that area? Maybe. Luna basing out. See, but Luna's really good at holding, man. It's a great coin when Bitcoin's trading in its wild ways. Okay, let me just pull up the altcoin boss playlist, watch list. I get so angry with that. Yasmin coin. Why is that moving so aggressively? It's formulating a nice pattern play right there. Potentially a rise, retrace, continuation up, but then we could have a bit of a FTD play to my guys who use the FTD. Sand's made a nice move up. Great move up for Sand. Is it all about the altcoin dominance? Let's have a look at where things are across the board. If you are new, guys, right, get hold of these charts. These charts are going to tell you what to look for in terms of altcoins. All right. For example, take this. I spoke about it yesterday. Concerning thing that we've got here with the altcoins is the big wick to the upside. All right. Can't break above the psychological high, and potentially they could recover this area. Okay. What's concerning me is this. If the altcoins are going to move higher, will Bitcoin stay staggered? In other words, is it altcoin season? Will the altcoins take the dominance? Will Ethereum keep moving up? Because once upon a time, a long time ago, there was a time when Bitcoin would hold, Ethereum would move up. And then when Bitcoin would move up, Ethereum would continue to move even further. All right? But then when Bitcoin would drop, Ethereum would hold. Yeah? And that's what we're looking for. I'm hoping that we can get that disparity again in the charts, man. Okay? But when you come to the total market cap charts, when you exclude Bitcoin and Ethereum, you're looking for altcoins that are actually trading in and around above or below the psychological high and low. So let me just pull up the moving averages again so that you understand exactly what I'm talking about. So as it stands across the board with the altcoins, they are all trading above the 250 EMA. So you are only concerned with altcoins that are trading above the 200 and the 50 EMA. There are altcoins out there that are trading way more above than the 50 and the 200, like Ava. Look at that. That is beautiful. Nice break away from that zone. Now, what we're waiting for is Ava, Aave, whatever. We want price to stabilize in this area here so that the 50 EMA can come close towards price. And then we will know where we stand. Why? Because if they pull away from the 50 EMA, the movement will be confirmed, and then we will see higher price action. All right? But then if they break down from the 50, the 5 and the 13 EMA will then cross over, and we would establish momentum to the downside. Okay? No, I haven't missed the Lunar W formation. No, I've not missed it. I haven't missed it. It's just, you've got to understand. Right? Which W formation are we talking about? Are we talking about this W formation? Are we talking about this mini W formation? Are we talking about the 1 minute time frame W formation? The point I'm trying to make to you is there are patterns within patterns and cycles within cycles. That's the basis of it all. Here we go. What's Bitcoin doing? Man, what did I say to you, man? Don't do that when I'm not paying attention to you. Here we go. All right, then, so it's rejected the 50 EMA on the 2 minute time frame. It's recovered the previous vector. This is something for the pattern watchers as well. Guys, whenever price rejects the 50 EMA, or should I say, whenever they recover a vector candle at speed, okay, means that they're probably preparing to come back down a little bit more. So look at this red vector candle right here. Yeah, they are pulling price down. They've recovered it, came back down again, recovered the whole thing, and we are now waiting to see, are they going to come down and test the daily open one more time? All right, that's where we will know where we stand. Here we go. They have to move up before they have to come back down again. Rejection of the VWAP right there. Orders are starting to come in now. Lot of liquidity at 38,400. They've brought it back into the charts. Let's see what they're going to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, I do need to let you know, I won't be streaming tonight because I've come on a little bit sooner, okay? But I want to thank you all for passing through to today's stream. Again, be sure to like and subscribe so that you can catch up tomorrow at 2 p.m. UK time. Well, it's actually 1 p.m. UK time for daylight saving. And I'll be doing the New York stream, all right, which we will discuss the effect of what has happened after the FOMC, all right? Again, ladies and gentlemen, God bless every single one of you people for passing through to today. Be sure to hit us up in the Discord, get with the community, and if you need the indicators, they're at tradersreality.com. Have yourself a wonderful day. I hope today has served. I will catch up with you guys tomorrow. Take care of yourselves. Peace.